And here we are back with another video, and this one I have been wanting to do for a while. I've mentioned it on the main account and the alt parody account of what I would want / what I think would be an MCRX Fortnite Festival season. So before we get fully into this, I want to mention that what I set up here is what I think will happen, not what I want. Some of these picks I don't think I want to happen. Some of these song picks, I want MCR obviously, and I definitely put a lot of thought into this. But I try to keep it on a level-headed, like, this is what I think will happen. This is what I think is gonna happen if we got one right now. I'm not putting any deep cut songs that I want. I'm not putting 14 fucking songs like Metallica got. No, this is bare bones. They're getting like 4. If they get one more week, they get an extra 3. Like, we're trying to make this bare bones. This is a generic Fortnite Festival week. I'm basing it very heavily off of what we just got with Gorillaz, because now we can know that we can get a band now. And there's some things that I had to do, and I'll talk about it when we get in here. So, MCRX Fortnite. This is what I think's gonna happen, not what I want to happen exactly. Because with the skins, I would want more than just this. Obviously, I want as many skins as we can get from these guys, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. So a lot of cuts had to be made, obviously. So here we go. MCRX Fortnite. This is what I think's gonna happen. Gerard Way, he's the item shop skin. Obviously, I do not think they'll put him in the past. I think they want people to buy Gerard. He is the guy for MCR. He is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. Gerard is the item shop skin. And like, I think it's like, in a sense, it's like they could put him in the past, you know, like it's not a terrible idea for them to put him in the past, but I think they want to sell Gerard in the shop. I think he would be an item shop skin. So for Gerard, this is my idea for Gerard. So this whole thing, I'm gonna assume if we get it recent in the next year or so. Currently, they're doing the Long Live Black Parade tour. So my theory is, if we got them now, it would be using this concept and this aesthetic. They're going to be using the Long Live Black Parade outfits and more Black Parade tied. If this is like 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line and they're done with the Long Live stuff, it could be completely different. It really could. Because they also have very iconic outfits with 3 cheers. Very iconic outfits with 3 cheers. Maybe even more iconic. Gerard Way in the suit with the red tie and the makeup and the long hair is iconic, right? Even if you only know the Black Parade, if you think of MCR, you're going to think of that more than this, to be honest. But I think they would go with this, because if they're going to tie it in with the Black Parade, and that's some of their most popular songs, they would do this. So that's what I think. So Gerard Way would get the outfit on the right, I think, with the marching band attire from Black Parade. Obviously no blood. They're not going to put the blood. But yeah, it would just be the normal marching band outfit, zipped up. I also want to point to the next image to the left here. This is during during the live performance. He takes off the jacket. And he like slicks back his hair, and then he has the dagger. So I think that would be an edit style. I think that would be an edit style for him. Just a very simple, basic edit style, nothing crazy. I also try to give everyone an edit style. It is very hard to. I try to base it on how Gorillaz has, each member has one edit style, at least one edit style. But it's kind of hard to do that. So there's only a couple that really have it, or any ideas that I could have for an edit style for them. Like, you could also do generic clothing too. That's not bad, but I feel like that would change the skin too much to where, like, if we look at Gorillaz, and I'm going to base it very heavily off Gorillaz compared to Metallica, because that's the recent one, and that's the first band we've gotten in forever, and with the whole new crew system and, you know, all that. I'm going to base it off of them the most. If you look at Gorillaz, their edit styles are very basic. It's just hat on, hat off. It's glasses on, glasses off. Murdoch, he's the most unique one, I would say. He's got the sailor hat, and then you can put the cape on. It kind of looks completely different. But But yeah, they all are very simple. 2D, you just take the glasses on, take them off. It's very basic edit styles. Mask on, mask off for Noodle, right? Very basic edit styles. There's nothing crazy going on. So like, I try to give them all edit styles, but I can't really think of that many for most of them. So, but they're basic edit styles. Fucking jacket off, slick back hair is basic as shit. That is very basic. Would I want them to get edit styles for 3 cheers? Fuck yeah, I would. But I don't think they're going to do that. This is what I think's going to happen, not what I want to happen. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking for Gerard. Anyways, moving on. I also want to mention instruments and back bling. So, for the instrument, I'm thinking it's kind of hard, but I think they could do it. For the microphone instrument, I want the podium from Long Live Black Parade. Not a great image on the right here. It's a bit bigger. It looks like just a normal, think of a podium, and it has the MCR like logo thingy on it from the new concert. It's basically that with a microphone on it. I don't know exactly how they could do it. Maybe they shrink it down and make it so you can hold it, and it's just like at the top where like the microphone sits, it kind of has like the logo there, and it kind of shapes into a podium of some sort. I don't know exactly how they could do it, but I think something similar to it or something like it. It doesn't need to be exactly a podium because there's certain animations in the game that they can't do if it's like this big thing that just kind of sits there. It would look cool, but I don't think they would do that. But I think that would be the instrument. I think that would be the instrument. And I think that would be pretty cool for the instrument. We also have on the left, this is a puppet doll that he brings out during Mama. When Mama plays, he brings it out. And it's called the Gentleman. We don't really know that much about the Gentleman in Long Live Black Parade yet. But I think this would be a really simple back bling they could throw in. A very easy back bling to throw in. I also want to mention with the dagger thing with the edit style, they could also give the dagger to Gerard as a pickaxe. My only thing, the reason they wouldn't do that is because we'll also have the microphone as a pickaxe as well. They don't really like doing microphone because microphones or instruments in general are pickaxes now and back blings. They don't really like giving skins a different pickaxes. If so I just want to mention that. But the dagger would be a cool pickaxe. But yeah, that's what I think for Gerard. I think that's what we're going to get. So we're going to get the normal marching band uniform, edit style to take the jacket off with the slick back hair, maybe a dagger pickaxe, gentleman back bling, and then podium microphone instrument. That's what I think. That's what we're going to get for Gerard. That's what I assume we're going to get. That's my expectations. Would I want more? Like I said, would I love the 3 cheers outfits? Yeah. Even the Danger Days outfits would be cool too. Would I like every outfit that they've worn during their albums? Yeah, I think it would be really cool. But it's just, I don't see it. I don't see it. I can't visionize that in Fortnite. I don't think they're going to do that. So it's just not going to happen. So this is what I think for Gerard. Moving on. Frank Iero. So Frank Iero, same thing. They're all going to have the marching band outfits. And most of the marching band outfits are very similar, which does suck. So it doesn't give that much diversity to the skins. But I don't think it's too bad. Anyways, what do I think we're going to get for Frank's skin? So we're going to get the marching band outfit, like the skin on the right here. And we're also going to get, for a back bling, I was thinking, we could get the yay nay signs from the concert. These were signs that you were given when you enter the concert, and then you vote for the execution right after the Welcome Black Parade plays. Right, so they could easily be yay, nay, edit style signs for the back bling, and then even I was saying you could give this back bling really to anyone, the yay, nay. You could put that in the past for all I care, but I think for Frank, you give him the nope sign. He did this at Tampa. I think all the signs were yays in Tampa or something. Every single one, even the back, they were all yays. And then they did like this whole thing where like Frank just wrote down on a piece of paper, nope. And then that was the thing. So yeah, I think for Frank, he should just get a nope back bling on a crumpled up piece of paper. I think that would be kind of funny. So that's his. And then the yay or nay, they could be for really anyone's back blings. I think it fits, like whoever. Either you could make them styles, which they probably should, or you could, I mean, with what I'm doing here, with these guys being the item shop, you could put this in the past, and I think that would work fine. Either as separate back blings in the past, which I think is a little stupid, or edit styles, which I think would make more sense. But yeah. Also, for Frank, you also get his guitar, the rhythm guitar here, this silver guitar. I have goofy names for them later. I'll show them off when we get to like the whole list that I have of everything. Because I can't tell what make the guitar is. I really can't. It looks cool. It's a silver, like a really cool guitar. But yeah, so I saw that one. I was looking at some other ones that he had during the show, and I'm like, no, this is the one where he's holding the nope sign does look the best. So this is the one I think we should get here. So yeah, pretty cool. Ray Toro. Did I? Oh no, I skipped Mikey. So Mikey, I think, is in the past. Mikey's pretty iconic to the band. He's the bassist for MCR, and I think he's very iconic. I think a lot of people like Mikey a lot. And yeah, so Mikey, it's hard to say, but I couldn't think of a back bling for Mikey. You could give him the yay or nay signs. I don't think that's a terrible idea. But I don't know. I couldn't think. He's in the past too, so like I'm thinking like you really don't need a back bling. You can kind of throw in whatever, and it would be fine. Like the item shop skins matter more getting a back bling, because usually item shop skins get a back bling in a bundle or something. And like, I mean, usually get a back bling. They usually either have it separate for 400 or you buy it in the bundle with everything else. So I just want to say that. Anyways, so Mikey Way's in the past, so him not getting a back bling isn't terrible. They can kind of throw in whatever into the past, and it could be considered his back bling or not. It doesn't matter. But so Mikey Way, same thing, marching band outfit. Like I said, a little generic. Like I said, it's not perfect, but this is what I think they're gonna do. This is what I think's gonna happen. They're all gonna kind of be a little generic in their outfits, but they're all in the marching band outfits, and I think they're gonna base it off the Black Parade. It's their most iconic album. It has some of their most iconic songs. I think they just will. They could not. They might not. Obviously, they also have 3 Cheers, which is very iconic too. But I just do think they will base it off the Black Parade, especially right now when the whole tour going on. Anyways, so for Mikey, we're going to get this outfit with his really cool red base here. I think it looks pretty sweet. I also want to mention the t-shirt on the left. This is the newer one, but there used to be an older one that MCR used to sell with like James Dean's face on it. And then it had like the lyrics of Demolition Lovers. They couldn't sell that anymore because James Dean is a copyright character image. So they put Mikey's face on it instead. And it's basically the same t-shirt. So I was thinking this kind of design, or like this kind of thing, as like an animated wrap, I think would look kind of sick. I think that would be really cool, with like lettering going across, with semi-Demolition Lovers references. Obviously, you probably can't put the entire like song or words on the wrap, but like kind of like a cool animated kind of thing with like flickering red and stuff. I think that would kind of look cool. So yeah, that's what I think for Mikey. He's in the past. I think he's the last skin of the past too. Mikey's very iconic. I think a lot of people like Mikey. I think he's the last skin you get in the past. So yeah. Ray is not a bad last pick either, because I think he has the coolest outfit for this whole thing. But I think people know Mikey surprisingly more than Ray, to be honest. But anyways, Ray Toro is the GOAT, and I think, like I said, whoops, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. Like I said, I think he has out of everyone here. I mean, Gerard's outfit's really cool too, but I think Ray's outfit is really cool. I love the sash. I think the sash is really cool. Like they have their outfits are very similar, but they're like semi-distinctive enough to where they're not exact. Like Frank here has more like bands on him. Mikey has like a sleeveless. His kind of looks more like a vest than these look like jackets. And then Gerard has more like the chain on him and the badges and all that. So yeah, they're a little different. And then obviously Ray has the little sash there too. Anyways, so this is what I think we're gonna get for Ray. I think we're gonna get the guitar he's holding there, the gold and black one. It looks sweet. It looks real cool. Think that's a Gibson. Yeah, you can see that. That one's easier to see than the fucking. Is that a Fender? I mean, that's a Fender. That's a Fender. The thing is, we might already have that bass in the game, to be honest. I just want to say that. because we already have the precision base. We might already have it. I'm not sure. This one I can't really tell. This one I can't even see a logo on. This is a Fender, though. We might already have this in the game. This really kind of looks like the whatever. The thing is, it doesn't really matter what instrument we're going to get. We're going to get an instrument. They can go through as many instruments as they want. Just give us, like, an actual instrument. Don't give us some fantasy-ass item. I mean, okay, this is kind of fantasy, but, like, this fits. If we got this as a microphone, it makes sense. Anyways, moving on. Ray's guitar here, the Gibson, the black and gold. This would look fucking amazing. This is probably be one of my favorites in the game. It would be a really nice color combination, and it works really well with the outfits too. So yeah, that's what I think for the skin. I also want to point this out in the murder. What is it? Life on the Murder Scene documentary. Really good documentary. Ray makes this joke about wearing tinfoil hats. I think that as either a back bling or an edit style for Ray as just a stupid little side joke, I think would be kind of funny. Either edit style, tinfoil hat as an edit style for his head, or back bling, I think would be pretty cool. Also want to mention edit style for, I couldn't think of any edit styles, like at all, for them, to be honest. For Ray, you could take the sash off. I don't think that's a terrible edit style. It would get rid of the drip from the skin, to be honest, but I don't think it would be a terrible idea for an edit style. But yeah, it's just kind of hard to pick edit styles for these skins because, like, I could be like, oh, they get their 3 Cheers outfit, but, like, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to let us completely change the skin with an edit style. That would be a separate skin if they're going to do that. It would 100% be a separate skin. If this was during Metallica, if we're like, if we were in like season 4 and then season 5 was MCR or something, and they did basically the same thing that they did with Metallica for MCR, then yes, I could see that. Like 3 Cheers is in the shop while Black Parade's in the pass, because Black Parade's a bit more basic, right? So I think that would make more sense. But no, it's not gonna happen. We're gonna get them separated, obviously. So yeah, that's what I think the skins will be, and some of the items. Let's move on. Jam tracks. This is what I think we're going to get. This is what I think we're going to get for the jam tracks here. Let me take a swig of water. Okay. So, this is what I think. Obviously, I could be wrong, but just like looking at it and thinking and like pondering it over, this is the main drop we're going to get. And let me talk about it and let me explain my reasonings. So, welcome to the Black Parade. This is a dead giveaway. This is like, there's no reason we don't get this if we got them right now, right, as a new season. And I think this would be in the pass. I was going back and forth. Could this be in the bundle, the shop bundle, or the pass? Kind of tricky. But there's also something later that I kind of did that Epic loves to fucking do. So I'll get to that. They love to do this thing that I'm going to mention later. So I think we're going to pick the pass for One in Black Parade. I think it would be a good jam track that people like. Very well-known song, obviously, Black Parade. It would be kind of like the one of the group, I think. I think it would be like the one for Metallica, you know. It would be a really good jam track that they put in the pass. Even like Melancholy Hill, I think, was a pretty popular pick to put in the Gorillaz pass. So, yeah. So yeah, I think Welcome to Black Parade would be the pass song. I don't think it would be the bundle. Famous Last Words being in the bundle. You could also put Teenagers. Like, really, you could mix and match all these. The only one that I would say you can't is Helena. I think Helena stays out of the pass and the bundle. Helena's kind of a throw-in, to be honest. I think it makes sense. To put not just Black Parade songs. Obviously, like, majorities is Black Parade. Everything I've picked here is all Black Parade themed, right? And I think that's what the season would be based on. But I don't, because it's like their most popular songs are majority Black Parade, and there's a couple 3 Cheers songs. I was looking at Spotify top 10 too, just so you know. Their most popular songs are all Black Parade songs, and a couple 3 Cheers, and then one Killjoy song. So I think Helena is a good pick, though. It's one of their most popular. It's like top 5 most popular from them. It's iconic. Everyone knows this one. I think it would be the 2025 mix too, just so we can get an actual album cover instead of just the band kind of looking a little goofy. And yeah, 2025 mix is better too. So yeah, that's what I would think. we would get. That's what I would think we would get for songs. So pass, I think Black Parade, I think it just makes sense. Shop, Famous Last Words / the bundle. I think that would make sense as well. I mean, like I said, you can mix and match all these, and then Teenagers is a definite, even though I think it's terrible. It's a definite. It's like, we're gonna get it. It's inevitable to get Teenagers. It's so inevitable. It's not funny. We're gonna get it. It's gonna happen. Even if we don't even get a fest season, at one point we will get Teenagers by MCR. At one point we will get the song. I'm just saying. And Helena as more of like, not a curveball pick, but like a pick that everyone knows and makes sense, because Helena is about someone passing away, like the Black Parade, obviously. So it still fits into that tie. It fills that void there, and it mixes it up just so it's not just the Black Parade. So I think this makes sense. I think logically this just makes sense. 4 songs, just like how Gorilla got 4 songs. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. Wait, actually, did Gorillaz get 4 songs? Dare, Melancholy Hill, Clint Eastwood, Feel Good. Fuck, they didn't. Okay. They got Feel Good was previous. So they only got 3 technically. Okay, tricky. I was thinking 4 because of Feel Good, but I kind of forgot it was not. A little tricky. If I had to cross something out, it's hard to say, but I don't think you cross out Helena. I think you cross out Famous Last Words and then put Teenagers in the bundle. Just saying. I'm just going to mention that. For now, I'm going to say 4. I'm going to say 4 for now, but if we had to cross something out, if we're going to base it off for Gorillaz, you cross out Famous Last Words, you put Teenagers in the bundle. Helena's separate. Yeah. Or you could even Black Parade's in the shop and you put Teenagers. The thing is, I based some of the emotes off of this jam track, so I can't really change it completely. I would have to rethink that, but I'm just mentioning that now. If we had to get rid of a song here, you get rid of Famous Last Words. You put Teenagers. I would say even like you put Teenagers in the pass. You put Black Parade in the shop. And then you could move the emotes around. I mean, they did Jellyfish, and we haven't got that yet. So one of the emotes is based off of Famous Last Words. So I think they could still do the emote and just not put the song in, just like how they did with the Jellyfish song for Gorillaz. I don't think that would be a terrible idea. So I just want to mention that. I want to mention that because I have a Black Parade emote and I have a Famous Last Words emote. So they could do the same thing like what they did with Jellyfish. They do a Famous Last Words emote, and then yeah, I think that would make sense. Okay, so if we had to get rid of something, Famous Last Words is the one we get rid of. I think you need a 3-cheer song, even though it's very heavily based off the Black Parade. Obviously, you still keep Helena. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Emotes. Your memory will carry on Black Parade emote and then keep on living. Famous Last Words emote. Shop for Black Parade and pass for Famous Last Words emote. So these would be very similar to band emotes. Very similar to band emotes. So the Black Parade emote is going to be based on the float. I think basing it on the float. I think you could do a couple things for the float. I think you make the float like a one-man float, but I think you could make it like joinable in the sense of it's traversal obviously, but I think you could make it joinable in the sense of there's a main, like whoever pops the emote is the main leader and they're sitting on the float like Gerard. And then you have in the back people like following along. I think that would work. It wouldn't be like a full band emote. You just have this parade float that moves. Whoever starts the emote is the main person that starts the emote. And then they walk forward and you can join along and just kind of walk with them or something like that. Maybe like with like snare drums or, you know, like a marching band in a sense. I think that would be kind of cool with Black Parade playing. And I think it would be we'll carry on main chorus part, not the beginning. I think it will just be we carry on, main chorus, and then it just repeats that. I think that would be the thing. It wouldn't be the beginning of the song with the the keyboard and all that. No, I don't think it would be the beginning. I think it would be the main chorus. Famous last words. I think this would be more of a band emote, not like this traversal one where you kind of join along. This would be a traditional band emote, but this traditional band emote would be really cool because I'm going to base it off the music video, like this image right here. I'm going to base it off of like the flames and the fire of Famous Last Words. And also during the concert, they do the same thing where while they're playing Famous Last Words, it looks like the stage is burning down around them. And it's really cool. So I'm going to base it off that. And it would be a band emote you can join, but all the instruments on fire. Like every instrument's on fire. You got like fire, smoke coming around. You know, like the I'm fine emote, like that meme emote. It's going to be like that, but with like not cartoon fire, like kind of like Epic Games normal fire. I think that would be really cool while they play the chorus of the like I'm not afraid to keep on living, that main chorus, and they would just keep replaying that over and over again. That would be the emote. Normal band emote, you can join along Metallica style, and there would just be fire surrounding the instruments and like around the band. I think that would work really fucking well, and I think that would be really cool. And we could also do the whole thing where like how they did with Jellyfish so far with Gorillaz. We just don't get Famous Last Words as a jam track. It's just an emote in the pass. So like you get rid of Famous Last Words in the shop / bundle. You put Teenagers in the pass, I think. You put Black Parade in the shop. I think that's what because like, okay, you see how I have Black Parade in the pass and then the emotes in the shop? Epic love to do that sometimes. They love to put like look at Die With a Smile. Die With a Smile was in the shop. And then the emote was in the pass. So they want you to go buy the jam track in the shop, not the pass. They love doing that. So I was thinking about that. Like, oh, they fucking love this, so I'll do that. I'm trying to keep it in the sense of like what Epic Games would do, what business bullshit they're gonna pull. This is what they would do. So if they don't want they don't want 4 jam tracks like with Gorillaz, they only got 3. I was kind of being stupid there. You would get rid of Famous Last Words. It's not in the bundle. It's not in the shop. We have the emote. We're gonna keep the emote in the pass. I think it's going to be like Jellyfish. And then Welcome Black Parade will go in the bundle. I think that's fine, even if the emote's in there, because Dare was in the bundle as the emote and also as a jam track. So I think that's fine. I think that could work. Sometimes Epic loves splitting those up, but I think that's fine. I think that could work. So yeah, Black Parade would be in the bundle. / the shop. Teenagers would go in the pass. We get rid of Famous Last Words. Helena's still there though. I think you keep Helena just to have some variety. And then we have the Famous Last Words emote in the pass. I think that would work. I think that could work really well if we had to get rid of 1 jam track. Hypothetical, because Gorillaz only has 3 songs that were new. So hypothetical, if we had to get rid of that extra jam track, we would get rid of Famous Last Words, still keep the emote though. So yeah, hope you guys like those emotes though. I think those could work really good as emotes. You have the marching band, main person hits the emote, they're on the parade float, and then everyone follows along with like the marching band snares. It doesn't need to line up with the song or anything. It's just make them do marching band stuff with drums or something. Like, it's fine. You don't need to do that. Or like you know, like the what was that one emote? Drum major or whatever. With like the drum marching band stick. Do something like that. I think it would be fine. But the main person that hits the emote's definitely on the parade float singing. Or something like that. Something similar to that. I think it would be really cool. I think Keep On Living with Famous Last Words. I think that would be really fucking sick. So, the shop. So this is just a list. We don't have any images. It would be too much to put on this page. Let's just quickly go through what we mentioned. So, for the shop, we have Gerard and Frank bundle. It includes the Gerard Way skin with the Mama Edit style / jacket off slicked back hair. So, that's going to be if we go back, it's going to be bottom left image right there with him holding the dagger there with the slicked back hair. And then the same one there, left side. So, it would be jacket off and then normal jacket there. Cool. Dagger pickaxe, already mentioned that. Dagger right there. I think that would be pretty fucking cool if we got that as a pickaxe. Pretty simple, but makes sense. The gentleman back bling. The little dummy dude right here, I think would be a perfect back bling. The drag podium. So that's this podium right here. for the concert. The whole like lore behind it is their Black Parade is playing for Drag, or the Grand Immortal Dictator guy. So that's what this like fake imaginary language is on the podium. But I think that would be cool as an instrument there. I think it will work really well. We also have the Frank skin, obviously there, with the yay nay signs / with hand drawn nope sign edit style. So you could, with the signs, the yay nay signs, we already showed them off. Like I already mentioned, the yay nay, you could really throw those in the pass and then keep the nope for Frank. You just have the piece of paper with nope on it. I think that'd be kind of funny. Just Frank gets the nope sign and we call it there for his back bling. And then the yay nay you could put in the pass. And then it could technically be anyone's back bling at that point. I think that could work. So you could split those up. I don't think that would be too bad. We also got the Drags Got Rhythm, Frank's rhythm guitar, instrument / back bling / pickaxe. That's my little goofy name for that because he plays the rhythm guitar in the band. So I think that's pretty funny there. Famous last words, jam track. Like I said before, you could get rid of that and put teenagers. We do that whole quick switch up. If we're gonna get rid of a jam track, if we have to get rid of a jam track to meet up with the Gorillaz lineup, we get rid of famous last words. Famous last words just ain't a jam track anymore. It's just the emote, just like how Jellyfish is. So if we had to, we could get rid of famous last words. It doesn't change that much. We just rotate some things around. We put Black Parade in here. You remember we were carrying on emote? That's the Black Parade emote. We would put Black Parade in this bundle too, if we had to get rid of famous last words. So, yeah. I also want to mention, I don't think you can see it in here. In the Black Parade music video, and yeah, I think it's only in the Black Parade music video, there's a blimp that says the Black Parade. It's on a couple posters. It's an older thing. The blimp's pretty cool. It just says the Black Parade on it. If we got like a glider in the past, I didn't mention it. I didn't write it down anywhere. If we got a glider or something, I want that to be the glider. It's literally just the Black Parade. It's like a Zeppelin blimp, and you could like ride it or something. I think that'd be kind of a cool glider. I didn't put it in here, but because I think this shop bundle is pretty stacked to where I don't think you would put it in the shop. I think you would put it in the pass. But I kind of typed in filler emotes, filler items like normal. So like, you know, glider, whatever, you know, stuff like that, whatever they want to throw in. So they could throw that glider idea quickly in there too. That would, I think, make sense. But yeah, that's the shop bundle. That's what I think the shop bundle is going to be. I think it works pretty well. I think it's decent picks for the shop. I think it makes sense. Moving on, the pass, season ? Music pass, obviously. Includes Mikey Way skin. You already saw that. Just going to keep going back just so you guys get it. Mikey's frickin' bass. I said frickin' because Mikey fucking Way is a thing. They have a t-shirt for that, and they say it a lot. So I think that was a funny joke. Mikey's frickin' bass right there, the red bass. Obviously, I think that might be a very similar bass we already have. Obviously, you could pick any fucking bass Mikey uses, and I don't think anyone would care. Just make it a realistic bass. I don't want some goofy-ass Linkin Park instruments. Like, no. Give me actual instruments. I want real deal instruments. That's what we're here for. Okay. Mikey Way rap based on James Dean shirt. Yep, we already saw that. Animated rap picture on the left. I think that would look kind of cool. Ray Toro skin with red sash off / on edit style / tinfoil hat ? Because I don't know if they would do the tinfoil hat thing. I think it's just a funny gag. I think it would be kind of cool. I think it'd be goofy, but like I don't really expect it. But I think the sash on off I think would make sense. And then the Grand Immortal Shredder, Ray's black and gold guitar, instrument backbling pickaxe. Just like I said, there's a character for the concert right now called the Grand Immortal Dictator. And it's like the dictator guy that they're touring around with and playing for or whatever from Drog. So I think calling it the Grand Immortal Shredder is kind of fire. And it looks good too. It's such a cool guitar to where I think that name for it would be kind of sick. And it starts leaning me towards of having Ray be the main guy. But like I feel like when you think of MCR, you think of Gerard, Frank, and Mikey before Ray, to be honest. And I love Ray, but like I feel like people talk about Gerard, Frank, and Mikey before Ray any day. So I don't know. I think Mikey would be the more fan favorite pick to put at the end of the pass, kind of like how Murdoch is the fan favorite at MCR. So yeah. We also have the Welcome to the Black Parade jam track. We're gonna put that in the pass. If the whole famous last words thing got cut. Like I said, we would put teenagers in the past instead. Put Black and Black Parade in the shop. Keep on living emote. That's this. I still think we would keep that even if we got rid of famous last words as a jam track. I still think we keep this, just like how the Jellyfish song was kept for Gorillaz. We don't have that jam track yet. We still could get that. Like, I'm not denying that. We could still get that. We still have, I think, a week left, but it seems like we might not. But I'm just saying. And then where was it? Oh. And then we also have Epic Games songs as various artist tracks and filler items like normal. I'm not going to mention any like Epic Games songs or various artist tracks because like at that point it's just complete like bullshit I could throw at the wall. It's just like stuff I want at that point. This is just trying to figure out what MCR would get if they got a season. Not the Epic Games songs, not the artists. They never really base any of the licensed artists off the stuff, the artists in the past. So like we got the slowed like what the fuck funk song in the Gorillaz past. Like none of the jam tracks from the Gorillaz past make any sense to be in it. So it's like it doesn't make. The only time we ever had like jam tracks that made sense to be in the past were the Epic Games tracks from the Metallica one, to be honest. Those made sense. But most of the times the various artists and the Epic Games tracks don't associate to the artist at all. And then we have filler items. There could be like loading screens, you know, icons, instrument emotes, maybe the blimp Black Parade glider, stuff like that. Just miscellaneous junk that not as cool as the stuff I'm mentioning here. So yeah, extra jam track week. So if we got another week, similar to like how mostly every artist has gotten at least one extra week of like 3 or 2 songs. And this is what I think we would get. I think this makes sense. I don't think it's far-fetched. It's some of their most popular songs as well. And it's a little bit more diverse than just the Black Parade. I think the Black Parade getting like the first main week, I think makes sense because it's what the skins are based on. And then the final week, the extra jam track week, is a little bit more different, a little bit more diverse. Obviously, it's still, we got a 3 Cheers song and we got a Killjoy song. But we also have I Don't Love You for the shop. So the picks here, I looked at Spotify again, and they're in the top 10 songs. I wanted to make it a little bit more diverse, so I did pick a Killjoy song. This is not my favorite. If I had to pick a Killjoy song, this would be like one of the last ones I picked, to be honest. Na 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 is not a terrible song. I like 95 of everything MCR makes, but this is definitely not my pick for that album. There's a way better. There's like 5 other songs that I would rather pick. So like I said, this is a level-headed like idea. Like, yeah, this is what they're gonna get. As jam tracks. So yeah. So I Don't Love You, also top 5, one of their most popular songs. I do like this song too. And it just makes sense to get this one. Another Black Parade song makes sense. I like the song. I think it's good. I like I said, 95% MCR. So anything we get, even if it's fucking teenagers, I don't care. I'm gonna be happy. Ghost of You would be amazing. 2025 mix, great song. This one's actually really good. Love Ghost of You. Makes sense. Different album, makes it a little different. No, like I said, Killjoy song, definitely not my favorite. It's not terrible, it's not bad, definitely not my favorite from the album, but make it diverse, make it different, make it interesting, mix it up a bit with the jam track picks. If we had to get famous last words out of there in the first week, and we did this week, and they got 6 jam tracks, just like Miku, I think, got 6 jam tracks. I think she got 6 jam tracks, right? She only got 6, right? So if we had to get rid of famous last words, I think you would replace I Don't Love You with famous last words. I think you would do that. Just so we have a bit more. I think they would want to make it diverse. I think Epic Games would want to make it diverse. So I think you axe I Don't Love You and put famous last words finally in the shop. You kind of tease it with the emote, and then you finally put it in the shop. I think they've done that a couple times with different emotes and stuff like that. So I don't think that's a terrible idea to do that. You tease it with the emote in the past or whatever, and then it comes out later in the extra jam track weeks. So I think they've done that before. I could be wrong, but I feel like they've had an emote, and then they finally made a jam track later down the line for a fest artist or something like that. So yeah, I think famous last words is more guaranteed than these 3 though. I do. But yeah, and that's it. That's what I think we would get for an MCR season. Level-headed, what I expect for an MCR season, not what I want. Obviously, I mean, I mean, with the whole, like, what I expect, this looks great. This looks fantastic. I'd be so happy if we got all this shit. I'd be very happy. Would I want more? Fucking yeah, obviously would I want more. But, like, if this is all we got, this doesn't seem bad at all. This doesn't seem bad at all. But I try to keep it level-headed. Like, they didn't have, you know, only 4 skins. Also, let me actually mention the elephant in the room that's not even mentioned here. Where's Bob Breyer? Where's the drummer? First of all, Bob Breyer has passed away. That's one thing. Another thing is, we've never had a band with 5 members get in the game yet. I also want to mention that. That's another thing. We've never had that, and I don't know how they would do that. They could maybe make a 3-skin bundle in the shop instead of a 2. I just don't think they would ever put 3 skins in the pass. So if they had to put Bob Breyer or a drummer at all for a 5th member or whatever, I think they would make it into a shop bundle. I think they would just add them to the shop bundle and then make the bundle more expensive. Another thing is he passed away and stuff like that. They don't really put skins. I mean, like Juice, obviously Juice was in the game. That's different. Juice's mom and all that happened. She said it was fine and all that. So that's different. I don't think they would put Bob in the game. And I feel like MCR has so many drummers too. Bob is obviously the main one for this era, obviously. But like they have a new drummer right now. I don't even know his name, to be honest. They also have a new keyboardist. But the main 4 have always been there and have always been the main guys, like ever since the beginning, basically. Except Frank joined a little later, obviously. He was there during Bullets, but like he wasn't there for the first couple songs. So I'm just saying. But yeah. It's always been Gerard, Frank, Mikey, and Ray. Those are the main 4. They've had other drummers. They had a drummer before Bob. They had a drummer after Bob. Most of the experience with all those drums have been kind of poor, to be honest. And there's been stuff with them too. So I just don't think we will get a drummer, which sucks. I love the drums, obviously, in the game. Fast charting. Do I think we would get a drum instrument in the past? Maybe. Yeah, maybe in the past is just to throw a drum in there. It's just not having a drummer makes it more likely that we just won't get a drum. But I mean, they could throw a drum in the past. I don't think it's far-fetched. And like I would just say like a drum with the tom that has just Black Parade on it and call it a day. I don't think you need it. Literally what this drum right here looks like in these emotes or images for the emotes. It just be the shiny pearl drum and it just has on the bass kick the Black Parade. You call it. That's all you need. Or even you could do the Drog logo for the MCR thing. It's very simple. You don't need to make it anything complex. So yeah, you could do that if we need to add a drum instrument in the game. But I just don't think they will. I don't think they're going to add it. I think the main 4 makes sense, and I think that's what they're going to call it at. So that's the elephant in the room. I just don't think we're going to get a drummer. The main 4 have always been there, even though Bob Breyer is iconic. He passed away, obviously, and they've had multiple drummers before, and they have a different drummer right now. So I just don't think we're going to get a drummer. I think it's just going to be these main 4 guys, and they're going to call it. I don't think they're going to do anything more than that. Other than that, anything else I need to say? I don't think there's anything else I need to say, but I think this makes logical sense. Would I want more? Like, okay, I was thinking of doing like a version of like what I would want compared to what I expect. This is what I expect. What I want would be completely different. We would be here. Just give me the entirety of Bullets, 3 cheers. Bullets, 3 cheers. Black Parade, conventional weapons, and fucking Killjoys. There you go, guys. That's what I want in the game. Just give me the entirety of all those albums. I mean, obviously there's more. I mean, like, I could pick and choose from albums, right? But, like, in theory, I would want everything, obviously. But, like, okay, the skin-wise, I would love to get their 3 cheers outfits. Like I said, I just don't think it's going to happen. But I think everyone knows what their 3 cheers outfits look like. I would love them. I would love the original outfits that they wore in the original Black Parade. We can see it from the emote, right? I mean, they're not completely different. They look a little different though. You know, you have the Gerard's hair's dyed and all that. They have shorter hair here. They're younger too. But you know, But yeah, I think that would be cool. I just don't think it's gonna happen. But I think this makes sense. I think this logically makes sense. I don't think I'm like throwing anything in here that like, oh dude, that they would never do that. I think I'm making sense here, right? You know, 2 emotes, just like how Gorillaz got. It's just like two semi-banned emotes. I mean, I think the Black Parade emote is not banned enough. It's more of like a parade float and a guy singing, and then you can just join it or something. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I'm very happy. I hope people like this. I think this is really cool. I think this could actually happen. I think there's a very high chance of me predicting something here with the whole tinfoil hat thing. I feel like this is a decent prediction. I really do. I think, like, even if we don't get a fucking fest season, we're definitely gonna get teenagers. So just that alone is just a prediction on its own. But like, unironically, I do think I'm gonna predict something here, like something big, like maybe one of the instruments, or like the outfits or something, or like stuff like maybe an emote. But yeah, I think this makes sense. I really do. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought that was really fun, fucking around and just trying to figure out what they could do, thinking about Epic Games, what Epic Games would be doing for a new fest season and how they would approach it, especially with the new way that they did the band with Gorillaz. So yeah, and also the extra jam week, that might not even happen, right? Like if we just didn't get an extra jam week, cross us off. Didn't happen. So that's why I call it extra jam week. It could happen. It might not happen though, you know. These are like last of the line, you know. Obviously if we like treat it like Metallica, but like I'm not gonna treat it like Metallica. I was thinking of treating it like Metallica because they got 14 songs, but I'm not gonna, because that was the only time we ever got a 4-skin fest pass with that band. It was such an interesting fest pass too. Like, you know, it was a little weird. It was a weird fest pass. It was the only time they ever did that. I think it's way easier to base it on Gorillaz and what they're currently doing with Gorillaz, than anything later down the line. But yeah, other than that, that's, I think, really about it for MCR, my predictions and level-headed, grounded, actual in reality expectations if we ever got a MCR Fortnite Festival season. See ya.